Hi guys, and welcome to today's episode of Biology. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on movement in and out of cells. In this video, we're going to look at three main types of movement, namely diffusion, osmosis, and active transport. Atoms, molecules, and ions are always moving. When the molecules move freely, particles tend to spread themselves out as evenly as they can. This process is called diffusion. One effect of diffusion is that the molecules of a gas, liquid, or a dissolved solid will move from where there are a lot of them to regions where there are few of them until the concentration everywhere is the same. Diffusion can thus be defined as the net movement of molecules and ions from a region of their higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration as a result of their random movement. Living organisms obtain many of their requirements by diffusion. For example, plants need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. This diffuses from the air into the leaves through the stomata because the concentration of carbon dioxide in the air is higher than the carbon dioxide in the leaf as the cells are using it up. Now, let's take a look at osmosis. The diagram illustrates a concentrated sugar solution separated from pure water by a membrane. The membrane has holes or pores in it which are very small. An example of such a membrane is whisking tubing or the cell membrane. Water molecules are very small, much smaller than the large sugar molecules. In whisking tubing, the holes are big enough to let the water molecules through, but not the sugar molecules. On the left-hand side of the membrane, there are more water molecules, meaning there is a higher water potential. On the right-hand side, there are fewer water molecules because a lot of space is taken up by sugar molecules. Because there are more water molecules on the left, more of them will move to the other side. Over time, there will be an overall or net movement of water from left to right through the membrane. This is called osmosis. Osmosis can thus be defined as the diffusion of water molecules from a region of higher water potential to lower water potential through a partially permeable membrane. In some cases, substances are taken into or expelled from the cell against the concentration gradient. This is done by a process known as active transport. For example, root hair cells in plants take in nitrate ions from the soil. Very often, the concentration of nitrate ions inside the root hair cell is higher than the concentration in the soil. Active transport is thus defined as the movement of molecules in or out of the cell through the cell membrane against a concentration gradient using energy from respiration. In the cell membrane of the root hair cells are special transport proteins. These proteins pick up nitrate ions from outside the cell, then change shape. The energy needed for the transport protein to do this is provided by respiration in the cell. The change of shape of the transport protein is done in such a way that they push the nitrate ions through the cell membrane and into the cytoplasm of the cell. In summary, diffusion is the movement of molecules and ions from high concentration to low concentration. This process can happen in solids, liquids, and gases, and does not require any energy. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from high water potential to low water potential through a partially permeable membrane. And lastly, active transport is the movement of molecules from a region of low concentration to high concentration using energy from respiration. This process involves transport proteins which are found in the cell membrane. Hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Bye!